I think the understanding the science and religion question is important at a very general level, I think, because in this society we still have, I think, a split between what C.P. Snow famously called the two cultures, and that is the culture of the sciences and the culture of the humanities. And to some extent the science and religion conflict is a subset of that more general difficulty we have, that science to some extent swamps out the sorts of contributions that can be made by the humanities. And if we ask what are those contributions, I think they're contributions to crucial questions about where our values lie, how we might establish those, what sorts of cultural values ought we to be encouraging. And these, it seems to me, are vital questions. They're questions to which religion can help with some of the answers. And if we think that religion has nothing to offer, then we cut off a very rich source of, I think, possible solutions to crucial questions that face us in the present. Now, I should be clear, to some extent, the critics of religion, the new atheists like Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris and so on, they have pointed to ways in which religion is unhelpful. But insofar as they do that, what they have done is identify at least the sphere in which the solution to these issues can be found. That insofar as religion is a problem, it can also be the case that religion provides a solution. And so perhaps unknowingly, they've pointed to a possible area that we need to rediscover as an arena that can make really positive and important contributions to the most important questions that face society today. I mean, one analogy here would be the famous thesis of Lynn White Jr., who wanted to argue that the environmental problems that the West is facing are a function of Judeo-Christian values. Now, I think that's partly true. As always, the story is more complicated. But what Lynn White Jr. also said was, insofar as the problem was generated by a particular set of values, the answer does not lie in science and technology, but by a re-examination of the very values that have brought about the situation in which we find ourselves. So the general point, I think, is that there may be ideological sources of contemporary woes, be it to warfare or the environment. And in a sense, I think it's true that the solution to those problems lies not in science and technology, but in a re-examination of the sorts of values that give rise to these problems. And that will require an examination of the resources of the world religions, I think.